Metro Fire Department is investigating a Crystal strip mall fire as a case of arson. The fire happened November 26th in the 5600 block of 56th Avenue North, just down the street from the Crystal VFW. Reporter Sonia Goins joins us now with more on the investigation. Sonia?
Hey Shannon, now the fire happened at the mall right behind me here. Now there are several different restaurants and businesses located at the strip mall, including 2 barber shops and 1 Asian restaurant. Now, although this fire happened about a month ago, some of the business owners tell me they're still reeling from the devastation.
Workers spent the day cleaning and throwing away debris from the strip mall. West Metro fire officials were called to the scene November 26 at around 3 in the morning after a Crystal police officer smelled smoke.
There was fire and smoke damage throughout that common corridor, and then there was smoke damage throughout the entire building.
There are cameras on the building, but West Metro Fire Chief Sarah Larson isn't saying if authorities called anyone on camera. She's also not saying what type of substance was used to start the fire.
The fire in itself has our investigators asking questions, and so it is considered suspicious.
I had a series of emotions.
Sahia Turner is the owner of Changing Faces.
Look at all these people that were affected behind this. It's ridiculous, and it was uncalled for.
Like all of the businesses in the strip mall, her shop is gone.
Feelings were hurt, just like, oh my gosh, no. You know, it's overwhelming.
Turner purchased the building in April. The 4 barbers and stylists who used to work here are out of a job.
They've reached out and just said that, you know, they're hurting, and it hurts.
And all you can see is smoke.
A few doors down, the owner of Cutting Up Hair and Nails is trying to make sense of it all.
I think it sucks. You know, I think whoever did it don't know the Lord.
April Anderson has owned this property for 9 years. This is what the inside of the shop looks like now. Mostly everything is covered in soot.
We lost 90% of everything.
The 6 workers who used to work here had to find other gigs.
It did not only hurt me, but it hurt my employees as well.
And while the fire stopped the business owner's cash flow, it didn't damage their spirits.
God is going to bless me with something better that was here.
Now, April Anderson hopes to relocate back in Crystal. She hopes to be back in business by February. Meanwhile, the West Metro Fire Chief is asking for the public's help. If you know anything about this fire, give them a call. Meanwhile, you could also call the arson hotline. That number is 1-800-723-2020. Live in Crystal, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
All right, thank you, Sonia. After a Brooklyn Center family lost their 44-year-old brother last week, they are now urgently trying to find replacements for the funeral items stolen from their front porch. Ring video captures a thief taking 2 boxes full of decorations and picture frames. The items cost a little more than $130. This is a picture of Aming Zong, the brother who passed away. His funeral is Saturday in Wisconsin. In a statement to CCX News, the Zong family said in part, during this difficult time of losing our siblings, we only wanted to ensure that we give our brother a respectful funeral. But our brother would say whoever took the items probably needed it more than we did during this difficult time. The family does have a GoFundMe page set up to replace the lost funeral items. You can find that on ccxmedia.org. Demolition began this week on the Westfall American Legion building in Robbinsdale as crews begin work on a new apartment building there. Crews started tearing down the Legion building midweek. Construction will follow on the Parker Station Flats, a 198-unit luxury apartment building that is scheduled to open in the spring of 2021. Funding for this project came from tax increment financing as well as state and county redevelopment grants. This week's School Spotlight shines a light on Plymouth Middle School, where an annual event has turned into something very special. We get that story now from Eric Nelson.
Pause, and you can get pause for good behavior. It can be as simple as you're just following expectations, you're ready to go, or it can be you're helping a student out or maybe helping them in the hallway if they drop their stuff.
The paw print has special meaning at Plymouth Middle School.
We are the Panthers. Plymouth Panthers, roar.
Paws are given to students who exhibit good behavior, such as punctuality and kindness. The kids then exchange the paws for gifts at the school holiday bash on Friday.
I think this is very unique to us.
This is the 4th annual paw event, and it's become very popular.
It's going to be a lot of fun because everybody's going to be dressed up, You know, we're going to have some music playing in the background.
In many ways, this is pause for a cause, as some kids get into the spirit of gift giving.
Maybe you don't have money, maybe you don't earn any money from doing chores or things like that. This is a good way for you to still be able to get gifts for birthdays or holidays or whatever it is you may celebrate.
Some people get it for gifts for the holidays or just to treat themselves with the paws that they have earned.
For some students, the paws are a motivating factor to stay on the right track.
If we're seeing that a lot of kids are coming late to class, then we might throw the paws out there as an incentive to get them back on track.
Of course, these gifts don't magically appear. Donations make this possible.
The teachers donate a lot of it. I think like 50% of the gifts are donated by teachers. And then we got a donation from the PTA.
That donation turned out to be $1,000, which is one reason why there will be 15 tables of gifts sprawled out in the school gym.
That's why we take a lot of pride in it, and we're going to try to continue this tradition for years to come so that it becomes something that we're known for here.
In Plymouth, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
It is the season for holiday concerts, and this week the concert band and jazz ensemble at North Hennepin Community College worked in a few holiday favorites into their performance. David Mantini directed Wednesday night's show, and we will leave you with a little bit more from this week's concert.
With 4 local teams ranked in the top 10 in Class 4A, it's shaping up as a great season for girls basketball in the Northwest Suburbs. Number 2 Wayzata faced 4th-ranked Park Center on Wednesday. Park Center junior Adalia McKenzie averaging 31 points a game coming in. Mara Braun to Jenna Johnson for the Trojans in the first half. Then it's McKenzie on the move, and she dashes in and scores this one for the Pirates. Kayla Cox kicks it out to Lauren Frost for the catch-and-shoot three-pointer. Park Center is up 31-30 at halftime. Wayzata starts the second half strong. Nice ball movement, and Jenna Johnson finishes underneath. Tanae Griffin runs the break for Park Center and threads the pass to McKenzie for the basket and a 40-36 lead. Wayzata goes on a run, though. Annika Stewart hits the jump shot, putting her team up 51-47. Then the Pirates rally. Frost nails another big three-pointer, putting Park Center up 54-53. The Pirates go on to win 71-62, handing Wayzata its first loss of the season. In wrestling, Wayzata is set for a strong season. The Trojans are ranked 8th and have 3 big tournaments coming up. With some star power among the veterans and good young talent, this could be a very good year for Wayzata wrestling.
Team's looking pretty good overall. We're having some young guys with some success. They've been in the varsity, some new guys who've never wrestled varsity before, getting good quality wins already. But team as a whole is looking good. We're working really hard.
This year we're much more, I think, conditioned. We have really good technique. We're kind of scrappy. We're a pretty scrappy team. We wrestle really hard in practice here, so I think we're a lot tougher compared to previous years.
It's an exciting but daunting next 3 weekends for the Trojans. This Friday and Saturday, it's the Minnesota Christmas Tournament in Rochester. Next weekend, the Rumble on the Red in Fargo. Then back to Rochester for the Clash National Duels the following weekend.
The schedule is set up that the next 3 weeks, probably nobody's undefeated after this next 3 weeks. If anybody on our team is undefeated, you know we've got a real contender for the state title. So we're looking for losses. We're looking for the hardest matches possible. Middle of the season, why not?
Team-wise, ultimately it will come down to can Wayzata match up with perennial power St. Michael Albertville in Section 5-3A.
It's one of our highest goals as a team is to knock them off, and it's going to be a fun duel. They have a lot of really good guys, a great culture over there, and that's what we're trying to build over here and try and make it a much more competitive duel.
They'll take some lumps the next 3 weekends, but it'll make Wayzata better in the long run. Meanwhile, the second-ranked Maple Grove boys hockey team is unbeaten heading into their Thursday night game at number 5 Andover. On this week's Sports Jam show on CCX, John Jacobson profiles Crimson junior Kyle Kukkonen. Here's part of what you'll see.
The junior forward is one of the leaders for the second-ranked Crimson. He's also a terrific skater and plays with high energy.
He's a consummate competitor. The compete level is just really off the charts. He doesn't, you know, sometimes he just doesn't know when to quit.
Now pass comes out, run, Kukkonen scores. There he goes,
He just has tremendous character. He's a great leader in the locker room. Kids really look up to him. He's a great student, and he just brings a lot of passion and energy to the game.
Trevor Kukkonen wore number 14 for the Crimson, graduating last year after 3 years on the varsity. Like Trevor, Kyle is a team captain and says he's learned a lot from his older brother.
Yeah, I'd say at the rink or just even at home in past years, kind of how he goes about things. And we had two great leaders last year, Trevor and then Tyler Kostelecki. So I was pretty close to both of them, so it was great to learn from those guys after their 3 years of high school.
You can watch the rest of that story and much more this week on Sports Jam. It's online at ccxmedia.org. Click on the Sports tab and go to the Sports Jam page.